bonus points, I'd like to introduce Julia Waters. Some of you may have met Julia before, giving a ripper presentation at your school or some accurate course advice out. Julia is from the Future Students team with me at the university, so please make her feel really welcome.
Hi everyone, so my name's Julia and I work, as Felina mentioned, in the Future Students team here at Macquarie University. Just before I get started, a quick show of hands from the students in the room who actually understands basic understanding about bonus points. Yeah, okay, some of you probably just too shy to put your hand up, that's okay too. And parents out there, quick show of hands. How many of you sort of have a basic concept of bonus points? Awesome, okay, well this presentation is for you everyone because there are a few bonus point schemes out there. The main bulk of them you actually don't have to apply for, but it's really good to know what is available to you because as you can understand, especially those of you out there that are in Year 12 this year, things are going to start to get quite stressful towards the end of the year. So to know you have these options out there and you know, these backup plans is really just takes the pressure off a little bit. So, you know, I don't know if any of you have heard this in a presentation that we've given before, but one of the things that Macquarie really prides ourselves on is flexibility. We're an incredibly flexible university, and we do believe that university is for everyone. So we have a range of options to help students get into university, into their degrees that they're looking at, and one of those are the bonus point schemes available to students. So the main one you're probably looking at is called Academic Advantage. It is offered by a number of universities and each of us call them by a different name just to make it a little bit confusing, but ours is called Academic Advantage and it's a bonus point entry scheme for students sitting the HSC or the International Baccalaureate. So basically what happens is with the Academic Advantage you get bonus points for doing well in subjects that relate to what you want to study. Now, there are some myths going around at the moment that you can play the bonus point games and pick certain subjects so you can get bonus points to get into, or you know, get the maximum amount of bonus points you can to get into degrees. I would strongly recommend you don't try and do that because at the end of the day, if you're picking subjects that you're really passionate about, you're going to do well in them anyway. And you can even get some bonus points if they relate to what you want to study at university. If you go and pick a subject purely because you think you're going to get the most amount of bonus points, but you're actually not that passionate about it, those bonus points might actually not jack up your ATAR, you know, the same amount as if you were just picking subjects that you were passionate about and doing really well in. So please just consider that when you're looking at them. But like I said before, they're a fantastic way to boost your ATAR to help you get into that degree if you're doing well in subjects that relate to what you want to study. So it does, we've actually had academics at the university recognise and identify the HSC subjects that do relate and correspond specifically to certain Macquarie University degrees because the evidence suggests that students that do well in these HSC subjects will do well in those specific degree programs as well. It recognises that what you study at school assists in laying down the foundation for future success in university studies as well. So really, in a nutshell, bonus points are designed to fill that gap where we don't know what's going on with you, you know, at high school. Obviously, to get into a degree, you know, you look at the ATAR, but we don't know whether you did a subject that doesn't really relate to what you want to study and unfortunately didn't do so well in it, but you did all these other subjects that completely relate to what you want to study and you did amazingly in it. Just that one subject that's pulling your ATAR down. So that's, you know, with the bonus points, they're designed to sort of pull your ATAR back up to help you get into that degree because obviously you've got aptitude for that area of study. So who is eligible? All prospective students who have completed, Year 12 HSC or the IB in the year prior to the application for university. Students who have placed Macquarie University as one of their preferences in the UAC application. So if you've placed us anywhere in those 9 preferences, you will be considered for academic advantage points. And you will be considered also for all of your Macquarie preferences as well. So it's not just going to be your highest Macquarie preference, you will receive academic advantage points where it's applicable for all of those preferences as well. So like we said, it's for current Year 12 students commencing as well. And how does it work? So basically, you don't have to fill any forms. Like I said, it's an automatic allocation. We do actually have a calculator on our website though, because it is good to know what you might have coming your way, and it does take the pressure off. Obviously, you guys are going to get your marks, or basically your results for your different subjects, what band you got in your HSC subjects, and then you'll get your ATAR as well. So you can actually take that ATAR, you can look at you know, the bands that you got in those subjects. You can go and have a look online at our calculator and see how many bonus points you might be eligible for with those HSC subjects relating to the specific Macquarie University degree. You can get up to 3 bonus points for each of those HSC subjects, and what you can do then is you can calculate how many you'll be eligible for to a combined total of 5 bonus points. So within academic advantage, you can use a combined total of 5. Then you can actually combine that with others, those points with other bonus point schemes that we have, which I'll talk about in a second. And you can actually receive a maximum of up to 9 bonus points, unless you're looking at psychology, and then it's a maximum of 6. Unfortunately, there are some courses that are excluded using academic advantage points. Understandably, because it is an automatic allocation process, we want to make sure that the students that are getting into those degrees as a result of bonus points are getting in because they're academically ready as well. So because it's not a case-by-case thing and it's an automatic allocation, we have excluded all our law programs, all actuarial studies, Bachelor of Psychology Honours, Bachelor of Ancient History, Bachelor of Advanced Science, and also International Studies. So again, that's just, you know, we don't want to disadvantage anyone, but we also don't want to set any students up for failure by getting them into courses that they're not academically ready for. So because it's not a case-by-case thing, that's unfortunately why those ones are excluded. So that's, like I said, the main one, but there are a bunch of other fantastic bonus point schemes out there as well. So we have 4 in total. And some of the other ones include Educational Access Scheme. So this is one you actually do have to apply for. You apply through the UAC website, the UAC website, and you will need your school's assistance when applying for this one as well. It's known here at Macquarie University as the Lighthouse Scheme, and it's for students who believe that their educational performance during year 11 or 12 was affected through circumstances beyond their control. And they'd like the university to consider these circumstances in conjunction with their application for admission. So for eligibility, you must be an Australian citizen, a permanent resident, or a holder of a permanent humanitarian visa. And you must demonstrate that your educational performance during year 11 or year 12 or equivalent has been seriously affected by circumstances beyond your control. So when we're looking at that sort of disadvantage, it's not if you had a really bad in your year 12 that you just couldn't shake for the majority of the year. It's serious disadvantage. So you're looking at things like financial hardship, home environment and responsibilities, language difficulties that have restricted your learning capabilities, personal illness or disability. So like I said, you know, serious personal illness or disability, the school environment if there's been some issues there, and also refugee status. So like I said, you do need the school's assistance with this one. Your careers advisors will be very well versed in this. So if you think you might be eligible for it, you can go and have a chat to them. Also, there's a really good resource on the UAC website, obviously because it's where you apply for it, where you can go down and look very specifically at all the eligibility criteria for this particular bonus point scheme as well. So if you don't want to talk to your careers advisor about it just yet, and you want to just do some research and see whether you might be eligible, please go onto the UAC website and have a look at that. You can gain up to 4 bonus points if you're eligible, and like I said, you need to seek assistance from your school and then apply through UAC. So the rural bonus point scheme, I know there wasn't really a show of hands before when Brian asked, but I'm going to talk about it anyway, just in case a few of you out there are a bit shy. So to assist with a rebalance for students who continued education may have been negatively impacted by geographic disadvantage, we actually offer some bonus points to students that are having to come some distance to study at Macquarie University. So it supports students whose residential home prevents immediate access to metropolitan educational resources and support networks. It's aligned directly with the accessibility remoteness Index of Australia. And this one is another automatic allocation of points. Having said that though, because we want to make you aware of what you might be eligible for, we actually have a calculator on our website. So if you go to the Future Students page to undergraduate, and on the left-hand side, it'll actually have a bonus points section. If you go into the rural bonus points section of that page, there'll be a section that you can pop in your postcode. So if you put your postcode in, it'll actually automatically calculate for you how many bonus points you might be eligible for. And then you can use that again in conjunction with some of the other bonus point schemes if you are eligible for those one as well to get a maximum of 9 or 6 if you're doing psychology. So the eligibility, obviously you need to be an Australian citizen or a permanent resident, and it's for current school leavers, mature age students and non-current school leavers, because of course you know, it's based on your residential postcode, so any applicants it's eligible for in that respect. The allocation of points, like I said, is automatic, and those bonus points can be used with any Macquarie University degree. So it's not like academic advantage where some are excluded. All of the degree programs on offer at Macquarie are available to you to get these real bonus point schemes as well. And last but not least, we have the Elite Athletes and Creative Performers entry scheme. So for applicants who believe that their performing, training and or competitive commitments have affected their HSC or study preparation in the past 2 years. So understandably, if you're performing at, say for example, a state or national level in sport, or you're doing your LMS in piano, we understand that that's going to be a huge time drain on you, and that you might not get to your studies as much as you might have liked had you not had those other commitments. We recognise that, and we want to give you the opportunity to get bonus points to be able to bridge that gap and help you get into the degree program. Because it's not necessary, if you didn't quite make the ATAR, it's not necessarily an indication that you're not ready for that degree, but we understand that you had all these other time commitments as well. The approval under this scheme does not guarantee admission, but it does allow applicants who have been assessed as being elite to compete for a place for, up to 4 points below the course cutoff that's published for that year of admission. So if you guys have seen some of the course guides, or if you've looked on the websites, we give you an ATAR cutoff from the previous year. So that's an indication of what you need to be looking at. If you're successful in applying for this particular scheme, then you can shave 4 points off that cutoff, and then that's what you're looking at to be able to get into that degree. So with the assessment criteria, we're looking at the level of commitment to the activity, the amount of time for training, practicing and or performing in that activity, the number of days absent from school. Obviously, if you are performing at a national level, that can be quite a disruption to your schooling time. Indications of success and elitism at the activity, prizes, awards, scholarships, qualifications achieved, etc. Personal best times for elite athletes, you know, membership of any institute or academy or a company, relevant to that activity. All those things you can use to assist your application for this as well. And just a note as well, you know, if you're looking at applying for that, keep in mind that, you know, it's worthwhile looking at the scholarship process for those things as well, because there is a scholarship available to elite athletes and creative performers, and all those documents that you'll be using as part of that bonus point scheme application will probably be applicable for that as well. So it's probably a good idea to do those at the same time. So just to go over, you know, a couple of the things and give you a bit of an idea of how it works. I know it's information overload at this stage. But just to give you an idea, say for example you were looking at doing a Bachelor of Business Administration. So the 2013 ATAR cutoff for that was 82, and you got 77 as your ATAR. But you got academic advantage bonus points. Let's say for example you got a band 6 in economics and a band 5 in business studies. It made you eligible for 3 academic advantage bonus points. And you also were eligible for the educational access scheme. So you've gone and had a look on the website, you've gone and had a chat to your careers advisor, you've realised that you might be eligible, you've applied, and you've actually received 4 bonus points. You live close by to Macquarie, so unfortunately you're not eligible for the rural bonus point scheme, and you haven't got elite athlete bonus points. So your new rank is now a revised ATAR. So it doesn't change your ATAR. You can't go around telling people you've got an ATAR of like 102 if you've got plenty of bonus points. It just means it boosts your ATAR up to get you into that particular degree that you're looking at doing. So your revised ATAR would be 84, which actually means you're going to receive an offer into the Bachelor of Business Administration. So well done, hypothetical person. You'll be receiving your offer into the Bachelor of Business Administration. So that's just a general overview. Obviously, we've got plenty of our fantastic student advisors here today. If you want them to have a chat to you any further about some of these, you can go and have a chat to them after today, or you can come and have a chat to me. I'll be out there as well. You can email us within the Future Students team. That's our email up there. It's also on our website, so we're not expecting you to remember it. You can go to our website, and we also have a Future Students Facebook page, which is a fantastic opportunity for you guys to actually ask questions. We have specific Facebook chat nights as well for you guys to have that opportunity as well. So I hope that I didn't overload you with too much information about bonus points, but like I said, if you want any more clarity, please feel free to come and have a chat to us later on. Thank you.